Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So Florida's offense is on the field for the first time today. And here he is. Let me tell you about this wide receiver. He is a route-running, DB, toasting, pass-catching scoring. Woo! Son of a gun.
I can't wait to see how this defense is going to try and corral this guy, because you play man-to-man, you risk him running right by you and catching the deep ball, but you play zone and you give him the opportunity to potentially make yards after the catch. Going to have to be really careful trying to cover that.
They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Quickly to the tight end. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab. It's House. Great move. Now he's got room. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Using his legs, it's Moreno.
On defense, when they line up with numbers and they line up on your side, you're like, you're ready, it's coming right here. And then all of a sudden they mix in counters and they pull one or two guys and go back the other direction. That's a really good job by the offense keeping the defense on their heels.
They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
Motion from the offense. They'll throw it on first down. He's got his man. Touchdown, Gators! What a grab and go for the score.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Alabama's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Looking for a man, it's Curry. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A 3rd and long coming up here. He wants to throw it again. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another
fucking
drive
holding,
on top
man.
of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. A first down for the offense. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. He'll bounce his way ahead for a pickup of 4 out to the 14.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
On second down, wants to throw. Fires to the tight end. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Wide out in motion. Quarterback keeps it. Oh, he dropped it! Bounced right back to them. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look and the replay booth will overturn the call. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Mr. Two-Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. Snags it over the middle.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. That last completion sets them up on second down. On the option. He'll toss it. Got room to work. Can anyone catch it? Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out, start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point makes it 14-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. East Carolina has the lead right now. Greenville has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 4 over Rice. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Unloads to the wideout.
Well, pick that.
Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his finger.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Looking to throw, it's Curry. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. He's going to pass. Buys a little time with his feet. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. He wants to throw. Looking left. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
You know, these throws at the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
Gets it out quickly. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Finds his man down the middle. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Pulls it in. And what a throw to get it in there, and they've got it in business in the red zone at the 13. The offense set for a 1st down play. They'll throw it from the red zone. He's got it and still on his feet. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw. It's Curry. Now improvising.
I knew he was going to fucking run. It's a spider there.
Touchdown tie.
Second guess.
Nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Throwing right. Got his man downfield. Hit the afterburners, kid. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Gator. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Dropping back, it's Curry. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Here's a great example of living to play another day. QB in the pocket, nobody open, throw it out of bounds.
A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Just enough time for one final play in this half. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication.
He lobs one high down the left side. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. And the Gators will kick it off to start the 2nd half. Here he comes with return. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes that Alabama offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate. That's a reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
And they get him. Of explosive play you want to build on.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his protection.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He'll do it himself. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, he'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. You just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. No good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game. They missed that 56-yard field goal, and now they'll pay for it by giving up good field position at the 39. Got the first down, looking for more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Tosses it incomplete. Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. On the run, it's Moreno. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Unloads to the right. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
Defense is about learning the plays. 3rd down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
The Gators look to keep this drive humming. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Florida! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
The defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
To the air, it's Curry. He's got it down the middle. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Alabama pushing the tempo. Every good quarterback is first a game manager. At Alabama, that used to be sort of a label of derision, but now they're not only that, they're playmakers.
Yeah, and it's what they used to ask them to do. Like they were very comfortable handing the ball off, running the ball, controlling the clock, you know, trying to keep your defense fresh. Nah, bro. If you can't score points now, if you can't get first downs and go get me touchdowns, you're not going to be on the field.
And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Big fella showing some ability, got away from one tackle. Defense lucky they had a few more there to help.
Yeah, he's not a big stiff. He's not a blocking tight end. This guy... work out in the open field as well, and he showed you his athleticism.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Brings up 2nd down.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. And he
Well, pick that shit off, man.
there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch. It's a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. The Gators sending the offense back to work.
On the
After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you've played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline.
Running toward the tape. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Gators! That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. Enough. For this guy, and he's starting to get in a groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the single-game record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's finding the end zone, and he can do it all. Just showing it off left and right. When you play in such a physical league like the SEC, but you got a guy like this that can get an extra first down and really keep those chains moving and score big plays and big touchdowns, good luck stopping him.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They unleashed an arrogant... last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays underneath.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. From the red zone, looking for a man. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground. Might as well go big or go home. They need a touchdown, and it looks like they're on their way home anyway. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback adapting. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Dropping back, it's Curry. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Vanderbilt is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Jay Cutler, This might not be over just yet. They're trailing by 10 to Georgia. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The offense lining up for a first down play. He's looking to throw it. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on second. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most...
He hurls one deep down the left side. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Working that left side. Tackle is made after the first down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking downfield, it's Curry. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man on the right. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. He's going to pass. They're bringing heat. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. They'll try to snap it quickly. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Getting some heat.
Oh my God.
Pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Quarterback's got to get rid of the ball. That last sack's not on the line. That's on him. Now it's 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the end zone. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin. And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day. And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop you.
Ah, that was my bad. That was me. That was all me.
And he's brought down
Threw out my back foot.
and time has expired here in the 4th. When you hit this point in the season, week 7, you sort of turn the corner and